We're back, NBA 2K20. We are simming for the New Orleans Pelicans to see what would happen if Zion and AD were on the same squad together, and we will just play it out. Big decision and big question mark over this season is what will AD do? In every sim that I've ever done on 2K20, AD will re-sign with the team that he's on. So let's find out if he does. We're going to just sim every single aspect. The signings that, there it is. AD signed to a 4-year, $127 million deal. Exactly what I was thinking. That is a huge relief. Now, obviously, there's going to be some other contracts that need extending. Zion, Drew Holiday's coming up. But we're just going to sim everything. We're simming every single game. We're simming every single trade, every single signing, every single injury. All of it is simmed. It's just about playing out how could this work for the Pelicans. Could they ever win a title if they kept Zion and AD together? So let's just go through some of the other signings. Let's see what's... Wait, so we've made... Hold up. We've made a trade. So we've got Darren Collinson and Kendrick Nunn, and all we had to do was trade out Darius Miller and a first round pick. So we've extended our bench. We've extended the point guard. Jordan Clarkson's joined in exchange for Jordan Clarkson has left. So we traded for Jordan Clarkson last year. We've now got Tristan Thompson for this year. These are some confusing changes already. So we've bolstered our bench on the guard range and also in the front court. So Drew Holiday's saying he feels unsettled about not having a contract yet. So it sounds like he wants to be there. We're going to have to see what happens with him. Maybe that's why we got some other players signed up. It's going to be really interesting to see whether Drew sticks around because there were injuries last year. And when it comes to injuries, and I think this about everyday NBA, like at what point do you stop tying your wagon to somebody who has injuries? And this isn't related to Drew. So we're in ninth with a 500 record right now, 17 and 17. Still plenty of the season to go. But if you're an NBA team, at what point do you say, we're not going to roll with this team anymore because the injury's too much? I feel like there's a legitimate cut-off point. You can't keep hoping that they won't get injuries. Like, if they've had a career of injuries and it's derailed them, surely you've got to make a stand somewhere and look to move away from them in order to have a healthy squad, because otherwise you'll always be thinking, oh, but what if, and you're holding on to something that might never happen. Kawhi Leonard is maybe the exception to the rule, the things that he's done while he's been injured. But again, are the Clippers going to stick with him with a signing coming up? So we're in fourth right now, 27 and 21, decent record. I think it's because we've got a healthier squad. Let's have a look at this. So we've got Drew Holiday playing shooting guard. So that's the signing of Collison has allowed Holiday to come off and play the 2 guard. That's healthy. The record is good. Everything is looking up. But then we had similar last year, right? Like we actually thought Pelicans would go to the playoffs. They dipped out of the playoffs. Disappointing season last year. Injuries got the better of them. 2 players going to the All-Star game. Confident that Zion and AD won't even check in on that. So what are we seeing about Alexander Walker? So yeah, NAW is going to be another player who might need to sign an extension. Again, when you're looking at rookies, NBA 2K will often just re-sign them automatically. So there shouldn't be any problems with him and Zion. I think realistically the biggest question mark is over Drew Holiday. And will Drew sign 4 additional years? But then what's he going to be like this year? What if he's not healthy come playoff time? Do we then try and move away from him? Will the sim think that way? Or will this... I mean, I'm putting thoughts into a computer. Should I put thoughts into AI? I'm not sure. Records, Jazz number 1 in the West. We're not that far behind. Lakers... Yeah, you'll remember we moved AD off of the Lakers and we gave them back Josh Hart, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram. So there we go. Zion is in the last year. I put that in inverted commas. Last year of his contract. What's he going to do? Confident that he'll re-sign, if I'm completely honest, which means that the Zion AD path plays out, which is nice. So okay, so our record is good. Yes, we made the playoffs. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Make the playoffs, at least be in the mix. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a late last loss to Phoenix. And I feel like I've seen Phoenix beat us a couple of times this year, stopping big runs. Let's hopefully avoid them in the playoffs. So we're 2 seed, 46 and 35. Clippers one game behind us. Phoenix is the 6th seed. So if we can avoid the 3rd seed, we should be good. We just want to avoid Phoenix. And are we going into the playoffs healthy? No, no. Our backcourt, our starting backcourt is basically injured. Drew out 4 to 6 weeks, Collison out 1 to 2 weeks. If we're entering the playoffs and we don't have a healthy squad, what are we doing? And how will this play out? Can the front court, which is strong, let's be real on this, it is strong. Look at all these accolades that we're getting. Most points per game from a team, players assigned to different NBA teams. This is great. Don't win the MVP, that's Joel Embiid. Numbers are solid. Zion doesn't win Rookie of the Year. That's a surprise. I mean, those numbers are good from Ja, but still. Gordon Hayward, 6th man. Nikola Jokic, defensive player, 1 block, almost 2 steals a game. Didn't sound that great. Coach of the Year, makes sense, Quinn Snyder. What about all NBA first teams? Nope, nobody there. Yeah, there we go. So AD, yeah, so look at those numbers. So AD beaten out of the first team by Embiid, but defensive teams. Oh, Zion gets an all-defensive second team. I love the fact they call it a twosed team. Rookie first team. So playoffs, we've got the Suns. This is going to be tough. Let's see how it plays out. Again, we're going to sim everything that comes our way. So we win the first one, a tight one, a 2-point win for us at home. Okay, so we're up 2-0. Good. Okay, 2-1. I mean, that's a big turnaround as well. Again, 8 points. Yes, we're up 3-2. That is just an absolute whitewash. 3-3. Oh, this is going to be close. So we're going to a decisive 7 games in the first round of the playoffs. We're going to be without Drew, starting point. There's no Devin Booker. I'm going to assume that he's injured. Rudy Gay, who they traded for during the season, is starting. Yeah, look at that backcourt for us. Frank Jackson is the starting point, which means that Collison and Drew are out. So going into the game, Bridges has a great first quarter. Just lights them up from down deep and also gets to the rim. Zion's made a couple of big plays. Coming down to the end of the half, launched from half court, in and out. I only had 2-minute quarters because I didn't want it to run over. I didn't want it to be 12-minute quarters because realistically, that's a long time. And he takes the lead on a Frank Jackson 3. Can New Orleans get the stop at the buzzer of the third quarter? No, they can't. That's Kelly Oubre Jr. Is it Oubre Jr.? Or have I just made that one up? Kelly Oubre, I think. As we're coming to the end of the fourth, big shot missed. Phoenix get the ball with a 2-point lead. 31 seconds to go in Game 7 on a home court. Phoenix literally about to win this. Inbounded Jackson for 3. Needs this. Doesn't hit it. It's timeout. Down by 5. Alvin Gentry, a rousing speech there. Inbounds to Jackson. That is not what we like. And that is it. Phoenix win the game. So yeah, confirmation just to rub it in, the Pelicans have been eliminated. At least if the Suns win the whole thing, at least we can feel some sort of, no, they don't even win the whole thing. So I often wonder whether it's less painful if the team that you lose to goes on to win everything, because at least then you can say, oh, we're in good company, but no. So here's where we're at going into the off-season. We've got players on 1-year deals. Collison is there. Alexander Walker is there. Royce O'Neal. I mean, yeah. Zion is on a 1 year. Again, from experience, Zion will be re-signed. Alexander Walker will be re-signed. Drew wants to stay. I wonder what kind of number he'll be offered. Who's retiring? Shouldn't be anybody from our squad. JJ Redick, who spent a little bit of time here, he's gone. Hall of Fame, Melo, standard. So we've got the first pick in the draft. How the... Okay, so it's Toronto's picks. Okay, so Pat McCaw, I know he was on Toronto. I've seen him on our squad, so it must have been that we traded him this year or last year. But we've got the best chance of getting this, 25% overall. Oh, need to keep going up for top 3. We get the 3rd pick when we had 25% chance overall, and the Grizzlies get the 1st. I swear they had something like a 6 or 7% chance of winning it. The cruelty of the lottery. In fairness, we probably shouldn't have been at that point anyway, but we'll take it. So nobody is re-signed from free agency. Grizzlies select first. Adam Silver up there. I like Adam Silver as a commissioner, I really do. So let's see. Let's get the assistant coach to finish this draft for us. Let's just speed through that. Who did we pick up? Did we make a good selection? So first overall pick was a 77. We got 68, Tyler Payton, sorry. That's the... I mean, the assistant coaches did the best job possible with what they had. The second best player overall went third in the draft. Happiness there, happiness. What about in free agency? Who is available in the free agency? Oh my word. Giannis is available. Will we try and sign Giannis? Who else is available? Tatum? Hayward? Oh man, this is a loaded free agency. Lou Will? Who else we got here? John Collins? Oh my word. This is a loaded... Ibaka? This is a loaded free agency. There are some signings to be made here. Do we have the cap space? Buddy Hield is there. Do we have the cap space to be making any of these signings? Brandon Ingram? Oh my word. There are players here that we could be picking up, which would really bolster our squad. What have we got on the... No, okay, so we're over the cap already. We'd have to let Drew go. No, we've re-signed Drew. Zion is signed for another year as we expected. Alexander Williams, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what you'd expect. Contracts handed out to the rookies. Drew has been re-signed, which is great. Let's have a look at the other squads. Let's see what we're looking at going into next season. So Lowry is now on the Suns. Backcourt with Booker. I like that. CP3 is still on OKC. Lillard is still available on Portland. No, everybody's looking fairly set right now. There's got to be some changes somewhere. Where did Giannis go? Okay, so Giannis is still on the Bucks. That's good for them. Ingram is now on the Bulls. No, Cavs are the same. Tatum goes back to the Celts. Yeah, everybody's the same. Oh, Jamal Murray is on the Clippers. That is huge. Wait, on the Clippers. Okay, so Leonard is there. Leonard is on the Clippers along with Paul George. And now Jamal Murray. They've got to be one of the favourites now. Hawks re-signed Collins. There's not a lot of changes going on elsewhere. So just rolling through it. Hayward signs in New York. I'm sure Knicks fans would love that, right? CJ McCollum joins LeBron in LA. It's a nice move. Doncic still doesn't get any help. Grim. It looks like Denver didn't replace Jamal Murray. So I guess we'll just have to find out how the third season of Zion and AD plays out. See you then.